You know that little rectangle in your pocket? Yeah, that one. It's so much more than just a phone, right? It's a cultural icon, it's a status symbol. It's basically a monument to what a lot of us think of as perfect design. At least that's the story Apple wants you to believe. But what if I told you that under that slick, shiny surface, there's a whole different story going on? One filled with some, let's say, stubborn decisions, hidden flaws, and a future that might not be so golden after all.
So today, we're not just going to sit here and admire the iPhone. Oh no, we are tearing it down to find those very cracks. And to really get what's going on now, we have to go back to the beginning.
Okay, let's set the scene. It's 2007. The world was, and I'm not exaggerating, a total mess of flip phones, tiny plastic keyboards, and those little stylus pens you were guaranteed to lose within a week. It was basically the stone age of mobile tech. And then a guy in a black turtleneck walked onto a stage and just changed everything. And from that moment on, it was like a rocket ship. I mean, the first iPhone was a magic trick, for sure, but it was also super basic. You couldn't even copy and paste text. But then, in 2008, the App Store showed up and just unleashed this entire universe of software right onto your phone. Then the iPhone 4 gave us that jaw-dropping Retina display, and in 2011, Siri got us all talking to our phones. Every single step felt like a massive leap into the future.
And this quote from Steve Jobs himself really just nails the original vision. He wasn't just selling a phone. He was selling three revolutionary devices packed into one. It was that convergence, that incredibly ambitious idea that really set the stage for the entire next decade of technology.
All right, time to get our hands dirty. Because every hero has a weakness, right? And the iPhone is no different. The first and maybe the biggest flaw is repairability. I mean, this thing is sealed up tighter than a bank vault. You want to replace the battery yourself? Ha, good luck. It's almost like they don't want you to be able to fix it. And yeah, there's a name for that. It's called planned obsolescence. It's kind of this cynical strategy where you design a product with a limited lifespan, just to make sure you have to go out and buy the next new shiny thing. You can do it by making repairs next to impossible, or by cutting off spare parts, or just by making the product itself insanely expensive. Which naturally brings us to the price tag. The average iPhone now costs nearly $1,000. $1,000! For a device that's kind of designed to be replaced in just a few years? That's a staggering amount of money. You could buy a decent used car for that.
And let's not forget the Hall of Shame, the infamous gates. Remember Antennagate? You'd hold the iPhone 4 the wrong way, and boom, your signal just vanished. Or how about Bendgate with the iPhone 6, where you weren't sure if you'd bought a phone or a piece of flexible modern art? And of course, Batterygate, where Apple got caught secretly slowing down older phones. These weren't just little glitches. They were major headaches.
So you're probably thinking, with all these flaws, people must be leaving in droves, right? Well, no, not really. And this is where Apple's business genius really, truly shines. They've built this unbreachable moat around their castle. This chart right here tells such a powerful story. Yeah, the iPhone is the engine. It's over half of Apple's revenue. But look at services. It's already at nearly 25%, and it is growing fast. That's the empire's new frontier. See, the iPhone isn't just a product. It's the gateway to this massively profitable world of subscriptions and content. And that world has a name, the walled garden. It's this closed ecosystem where everything is designed to work perfectly together, but only with other Apple products. Just think about iMessage and the whole social pressure of the blue bubble, or how ridiculously easy it is to airdrop something to a friend. These aren't just features, they're incredibly high walls that make it a real pain to even think about leaving. And the result of that moat? Well, it's this number right here. Only about 6% of iPhone users switch away each year. That's not just brand loyalty, folks. That's a lockdown. And it is the ultimate proof that the walled garden strategy is working like a charm. But you know what they say, no king reigns forever. The road ahead for the iPhone is definitely not as clear as it used to be. The world is changing. We're seeing new global trade policies, new tech, and a whole host of new problems on the horizon. This data really shows the challenge ahead. I mean, sure, the iPhone is still growing in places like the US and Europe, but look at South Korea, a projected 5% decline. That's happening right in the backyard of Samsung, its biggest rival. This kind of uneven performance shows that just having a polished phone and a locked-in ecosystem, well, it isn't the guaranteed win it used to be.
And that is exactly why Apple is making this massive pivot. For years, the game was all about better cameras and faster chips. But now we're in a world where pretty much every phone is good enough. So the battle is shifting to AI. The new strategy is about creating a smarter, more proactive intelligence layer that can anticipate what you need. The iPhone has to stop being just a phone. It has to become your personal AI assistant.
So, after our whole teardown, what's the final verdict? We've seen the genius, we've definitely found the flaws, and we've peered into a pretty uncertain future. Let's put all the pieces back together.
At the end of the day, the iPhone is a total paradox. It is an absolute masterpiece of engineering. And yet it's also a reminder that even the most celebrated tech comes with some serious baggage. Its biggest flaws are, weirdly enough, tangled up with its biggest business strengths. It's a flawed king, no doubt about it.
But that brings us to the ultimate question, doesn't it? It is still the king, but for how long? With the rise of some seriously powerful competitors and this huge shift to an AI-first world, is its reign finally actually coming to an end? The teardown, it seems, is far from over.